Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to inform you that the rumors are indeed true. The Democrats have struck back. In the New Jersey governor's race, the Democrat won. In the Virginia governor's race, the Democrat won. And in the New York City race, Democratic Socialist Zohran Mandani defeated Andrew Cuomo to become the next mayor of America's largest city. But the question on everyone's mind is it just a fluke? Just easy wins in blue cities and states? Or is there something more to this? Is the Democratic Party finally turning their losing streak around? Are they actually listening to the people now? Did they finally learn their lesson?
I think that what happens is that people vote for the other political party to change things from the way that they are, and then they get worse. And then people vote for the other political party to change things from the way that they are, and then they get worse. That's happened for like 50 years.
As the right embraces working-class populism, the Democratic Party and the left will continue to fade into irrelevancy. Like, how did we go from Republicans winning the popular vote, in part thanks to a lot of the young people voting, to a bunch of data showing those same young people dropping their support for the GOP already?
Because they're not doing what they said they were going to do. That's the reason why people don't support it. It's simple. Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files. He didn't release the Epstein files. He totally changed it. Then on top of that, we're still sending money to Israel. People keep voting for extreme radical candidates like, Donald Trump or Zohran Mandani. And the reason why is because they want a real change.
In this video, I will talk about why I think Zohran Mandani won. We will briefly talk about the rise of the political commentator Nick Fuentes. I know a lot of you are not very interested in politics, but unfortunately politics kind of seeps into your lives whether you want it to or not. So you might as well be entertained when you hear about it. For those of you familiar with the Shoe on Head channel, you know I've harshly criticized the Democratic Party for all my career. Some say too harshly. Frankly, I don't care. Are the Democrats actually getting their shit together? Or did they simply get lucky in a few blue areas? One of those blue
not at all. I mean, Zohran Mandani isn't really a Democrat at all. Like, he has some values that align with Democrats, but like, he doesn't align with their party in many things.
Areas being my city, New York, where Democratic Socialist candidate Zohran Mandani won the election and will become the new mayor. And a lot of people are like really confused about how this happened. It's actually extremely understandable why Zohran Mandani won. He is objectively the best Democratic candidate that they've had in a very, very long time. I like many of his economic policies. I like the universal childcare thing, the transportation, flipping off the Christopher Columbus statue. That's the shit I don't like. I've said this many times, but I don't think the good left-wing policies can even exist alongside the bad left-wing policies.
No, they can't. The Democrat Party was poisoned by special interests and billionaires in order to adopt identity politics to make sure that class consciousness would never come true. And so now you have them arguing about how many genders there are instead of arguing about whether corporations should pay 2% more tax.
I don't know how you can have free transportation but also be soft on crime.
This is the issue that Democrats have, is that if you want to live in a socialist paradise, you have to take all of the people that cause problems and put them in a box. People committing crime, and they get re-released. Like, if you want to have nice things, you have to take the people that make them not nice and get rid of them.
You can't have nice, clean, free transportation if a bunch of drug addicts and violent felons are going around stabbing people and setting them on fire. It's always such a breath of fucking fresh air when I go back to visit my family in the suburbs of Long Island and I go to the CVS and the fucking toothpaste is free from their plexiglass prisons. We don't have to live that way. Maybe he gets into power and immediately cucks to the establishment like some other people.
He's gonna probably do 2 out of the 10 things that he said he was gonna do.
I just don't know how the hell anyone thought Andrew Cuomo was going to win. He killed a bunch of grandmas during COVID. Plus, he doesn't even live in New York City. He doesn't live in the city he's running to be mayor of. Mandani offered a vision. A New York City you can afford. So people took a chance on him. Andrew Cuomo—
It's just they're voting for him as a fuck you to everybody previously. That's it.
He had no vision or anything.
The first foreign visit by a
mayor
of New York is always considered significant.
This is when he won the election.
Where would you go first?
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
I would go to Israel.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
That was the exact moment I knew Zohran was going to win. Bro was just surrounded by NPCs. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing.
That's
so
right.
what is the GOP's answer to the affordability crisis? Oh, great news, guys. There is no affordability crisis. It doesn't exist. It's all in your head, silly. Need to save money? Simply don't buy your grandmother a Christmas present this year.
Budget, budget, budget. Remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the banks.
Vote for us. We'll release the Epstein file.
Yeah,
Awesome.
wow.
Finally,
good job.
Justice. Here it comes, the Epstein Files Phase 1. The Epstein Files are on my desk.
Hey, great.
That's great. That's great. That's what we've been waiting for.
What?
Well...
Where'd they go?
Oh, they don't exist. Wait, what? Yeah, the Epstein Files don't exist. They're a Democrat hoax.
What?
But you just said, hey,
What?
That's my wallet. Sorry, Israel needs new weapons. Bye.
That's the reason why people didn't support them.
The Epstein Files are a really big deal. And anyone telling you to move on is coping, gaslighting, or in on it. If whatever is in there is so damning that it is a national security risk, the people deserve to know. Let's release the files. After all, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Isn't that right, government? But it wasn't just the Epstein Files thing that has MAGA feeling a little demoralized lately.
Does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent.
There's some people you got to bring in, but that's like a 0.001%, right? It's not a bunch of people.
The no talented Americans thing is a myth pushed on us by corpos and billionaires, so they can hire foreign workers who will work for less money and won't unionize. One second. I must go get my nuggies. It's nuggie time.
Those aren't nuggets. Those are McNuggets. I can tell by the shape that that's actually from McDonald's.
Before Trump, the Democrats basically relied on talking about how the Republican Party didn't care about the working class. But eventually, the problem for Democrats was the working class didn't care about them.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here.
Ah yes, the classic. Just move. Just move from Economic Zone 67 to Economic Zone 69. Maybe some people actually like where they live.
My friends that grew up in my neighborhood are now priced out of my neighborhood. Yep. We grew up here. A lot of my friends make a lot of money, but like, some of them can't. And so that's it. It's bad. It's ridiculous.
My husband and I moved away from our families because of his job, and it f***ing sucks. It sucks raising kids without an extended family around. Say hi to grandma on FaceTime. Not normal, not natural. It was like aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents were just coming in and out of my house, like bringing over food. I would be babysat by my cousins and my aunts. And because we moved away, my kid won't have that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's one reason many young people are putting off having children. If you can't afford to live where your family lives, just move to f***ing Gary, Indiana, where there's nobody around and no jobs and no family and no friends. But hey, at least you can afford a house there. That's not how life should work anyway. Nick Fuentes is a far-right commentator and a controversial figure to say the least. But his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic that many other right-wing commentators seem to not want to touch. Nick recently did an interview with Tucker Carlson, which completely ignited the MAGA civil war that was brewing on the right for some time now. Ben Shapiro, in particular, has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zohran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular in the mainstream, all while his numbers continue to drop.
The reason why Nick is popular is that there are millions of disaffected young men. Young guys have been systematically disenfranchised through the basis of their gender, through the basis of their race, and their nationality. And they've also been demonized in media.
Young people are tired of this stale, moldy, old, dead consensus that has dominated American politics for a very long time. If you don't address the issues of the people will gravitate towards those who are addressing those issues. Are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to get their shit together? No. Well, they are trying, because they have written an article called Deciding to Win. After interviewing over 300,000 American voters from both parties, they may have finally discovered the secret to winning.
To give ourselves the best chance to win, we recommend the following changes to our approach. Democrats need to 1. Focus our messaging on an economic program centered on lowering costs, growing the economy, creating jobs, and expanding the social safety net. 2. advocate for popular economic policies, moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular, including on issues like immigration, public safety, energy production, and some identity and cultural issues.
So basically it took you guys 10 years, millions of dollars, and dozens of Microsoft team meetings to come to the conclusion that everyone has been saying forever.
Today's Democratic Party is more focused on issues like climate change, democracy, abortion, and identity and cultural concerns.
So Democrats since 2012 have increased their rhetoric on race by 1,137%. On the gays, 1,044%. Their rhetoric on men has decreased by 51%. On fathers, negative 100%.
Because they, again, the Democratic Party is full of a bunch of women that hate men.
Democrats, here is some advice for free. You gotta bring something different, something better to the table. And that difference should be working class focused economic populism. In conclusion, MAGA and the Republican Party embracing populism is what made them so popular in the first place. But if the Republican Party's answer to all these issues young people are having is, F you, just move, you're not talented, maybe you'll own a home when you're 70 years old, they're doomed. Like they had a small brief fling with populism and ghosted it. Just pumped and dumped. Like a fat whore they're ashamed of and won't bring out on dates in public. I want my kids to grow up in a safe and affordable world where they can get jobs and they can start a family and then they can have the same for their kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what most people want, left and right. They just have different ideas on how to get there. So that was that little video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. Okay, I will see you guys soon with a fun slop video just in time for Christmas. Bye!
Yeah, it was a good video. Like, I pretty much agree with everything she's saying. I do. And really, the reason why I think Trump and a lot of those, like, you know, MAGA people have lost support is because they didn't do what they said they were going to do, right? It's pretty simple. You vote for somebody, and they say they're going to change things, and then they change their mind. Well, fuck that. I mean, it's really not that complicated, is it? I feel like it's very, very obvious. I feel like things are going to continue getting worse because everybody can vote. We've got a bunch of dumbasses out there making decisions on everything. If you don't want retarded policies, you have to stop retards from voting. You will always get retarded policies, retarded candidates, retarded rules, retarded everything if you allow retards to make decisions. That's just the way it is.